If the inlet air is too hot, that means using more energy to compress the air, right? So in your plant, you can go and look at your compressor room. Is your compressor room very hot? If your compressor room is very hot, that means your intake air, which is going through the compressor, and you compress the air to be a compressed air, so you're using more energy, right? So these are the another simple example that you can look at it. Relocating off your compressor plant to a cooler area. Let's say a 3 degrees reduce in your intake air, right, will save up to almost 1% usage of the compressor. So this is quite huge. So or sometimes you can have a proper ventilation system, proper ventilators in your compressor plant, because sometimes you see they have plants that they put the compressor in a room, then there's no much air in fresh air coming in into the building, right? So these are the two areas that you can look at in your building or facilities. Major consumption, let's say chiller plant use almost 40 to 50% of the use of the total consumption of the plant, and compressor plant will use almost 30 to 40% of the total usage. In a facility of a manufacturing plant, this compressor plant and a chiller plant will use almost equal percentage of use. That means if chiller plant use 30%, compressor plant also will use around 30%. So these are the two areas that actually you can look and attack and get the major saving that is possible, right? So the other area that you can look at is the lighting system. Lighting system is quite straightforward. Changing to LED lights, you don't need a consultant to tell you what to do. You can buy the LED lights, and LED lights will change when you change the LED lights with the facility. You can get almost 40 to 50% saving from the usage of the percentage of the lighting system, right? So only one thing you have to be very careful when you buy LED lights. Make sure the LED lights don't have a very high percentage harmonics level, right? So nowadays there's a lot of light suppliers selling without telling the clients what is their harmonics level, right? If the harmonics level is very high, then their light uh, pricing is cheaper, right? So in Singapore, it's very strict. Uh, LED lights must be below 10% harmonics level. So that's why you can ask a reference point. Have you all been installed any in any buildings in Singapore? If yes, then you know this supplier is the right supplier you are selecting, right? So you know what it will be the effect of if the harmonics level is high in any building. So it will make the neutral cables, your main incoming neutral cables become hot, and this will have a problem in your heat, and it can also cause fire in the plant, right? So care must be also taken into harmonics level. So if you have harmonics level high and reducing the harmonics level, you are not going to get any saving. But in terms of safety, it's very important to check the harmonics level of your plant, right? So to measure the harmonics level, of course, you need to get the right uh, people to do the harmonics level measurement. Uh, why you can if your neutral cable, your mean incoming temperature is hot, you know, when you touch it, it's like very hot. So you roughly know these are the symptoms of harmonics level present in your plant. So you have to do quickly a harmonics level measurement. And the other thing is, if you have a lot of electronics equipments in the plant keep on failing, that means if like you have a controller failing, BMS system failing, and a tripping of your breakers, right? This is all the cause of harmonics level is high in the plant. So I'll finish up with my slides with the three examples of what kind of savings that you can get by just doing a chiller plant by engaging the right people, right consultant. You can see uh, the investment for chiller plant can be huge. You know, it can be like millions, but the payback is very good. It's sometimes it's less than 3 years payback. So putting in a 3 million in a bank and putting in investment in this type of project, you will definitely get a good saving. So this is an example of Grand Hyatt Singapore. You can see this investment amount was 2.3 million Sing dollar, and annual saving is around 1 million Sing dollar saving. So the payback is 2.19 years, and based on the tax credit Singapore government have given, so the payback become 1.6 years, right? So